Right, I'm standing up for this one. Just a quick one indoors. You can see I've moved the bed over to allow that bit over there to dry. Because I washed all this yesterday. Of course, with the bed on top, it doesn't get much of an air in, so I had it open earlier. I thought let's bring it out again until bedtime, and then that'll do the job. Yeah, indeed, yes. So that's Boscombe Pier in Bournemouth area. Yes, I'm going to sit down actually. You can still see the images from there. Fine. Right, I did the one earlier about oh, that's a blinking good question. Let's go here. Right, anyway, yes. Other one, no matter what you did, your sins have been paid for. Yes, okay, that was the last one. That was one I did at Stinky. So, cool. Yeah. Right, moving on from that, basically. That's the thing now, is moving on from that. What's the next point? Next point is... Yeah, I've struggled to do this recently. In the last couple of days. Really struggled. It's been more difficult for me. Focusing on the solution rather than the problem. I've really struggled with regards to this relationship and the fact that nothing is moving. And with regards to the fact that that little boy there, Chewie, is not back yet. Lucy in the background. Yeah. Yeah. Struggling with that right now because, you know, I understood when there were things that had to be done that I had to go here, there and everywhere. You know, down to England. I had to go down there, do that road trip. I had to go to LL. I had to go back to LL. Then there was a church picnic. Then there was over to Rob to see him. Spend that time with him and Bianca. Get that. Now, as far as I know, nothing. So if there's nothing, if God's going to restore, why hasn't he done so? Anyway, so that's why I've been struggling. Because I've been focusing on lack. Again, the lack of dogs, the lack of relationship, lack of this, lack of that. Yeah. But I can attest to the fact that when you focus on lack, the issues you have or have had before just come back. They just start coming back because you're focusing on lack again. You're allowing all the lack stuff to come back. All that sin to come back. You're allowing that sort of stuff to creep back in again because you're not focusing on the solution, you're focusing on the problem. Look at that beautiful image. Oh, look at the babies. Look at the babies. Such beautiful little faces. Especially that one. Look at that face there. What a beautiful little baby. You are gorgeous, ain't you? Absolutely gorgeous little pups. I think they would have been probably about 7 weeks old at that point. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But that's the point. I mean, yeah, Mollie's pups are now, well, on Thursday, you can be 8 weeks old. And I've had virtually nothing to do with them because when they went, they were still with Mum all the time. They weren't really walking. They weren't really, I didn't need to feed them. And so, of course, is that something that's concerning? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. You know, I've been robbed of that. So I'm not chuffed. This whole point that God's going to restore, how's he going to restore that? You know, that time with them. Not going to be restored, is it? So, yeah. But that's the point. That's when you start focusing on, I had that thing last night talking about the waiting and all of that, and all through the night waiting. Why do we have to keep on waiting? We've been waiting all our blinking nights for this, that and the other. Again, that's talking about lack. It's all talking about lack. We have to understand that What we need in life, God has already done. God has already fixed a date as to when those dogs are coming back. Nothing I can do is going to make it happen any quicker. God has already fixed a date for when the relationship between myself and vehicle is going to start. There is nothing I can do to make that happen any sooner. Doesn't matter how much I stress out about it, it ain't going to make no difference. There's a time set for these things to happen. That's the reality. And when we focus on that, when we focus on that truth, everything else just goes a lot smoother. Everything else just, yeah. But when we come out of that, and we start focusing on the problems, we start focusing on the lack, that's when we are really struggling. That's when things, that's when your past struggles start to come back again. And it's annoying, it's frustrating, it's bloody irritating, but in the end it's my fault. I know, do I know enough about kingdom living? No, but I know that. I mean, okay. Do I know it? Know it? Not really. Am I experienced in it? No. I'm still very much, learning to walk in it. And this is, I suppose, this is part of that. This is part of that learning point of learning to walk in kingdom. Learning to understand that God's timing is not going to change. It doesn't matter how stressed you get about it, it's not going to change. And if you've got to wait some more, you've got to wait some more. If the picture looks bleak, it looks bleak. Yeah. It doesn't mean that's the end of it. It doesn't mean that's how the picture ends. It just means that's how it looks right now. The thing of it is that I should have been learning this stuff 20 odd years ago. Although that isn't true, is it? Strictly, that is not true, because based upon what I've said in other videos, I wasn't able to learn it then, so I'm learning it now. Yeah. It's no good me blaming the church and saying, you were to blame. It didn't happen. No good me blaming me, beating myself up. It's no good any of that stuff. It didn't happen then. It's happening now. That's the thing. So I've just got to be patient with myself and learn. These are things I've got to learn. And when I make mistakes, ask forgiveness, forgive myself, move forward. Yeah. But we have to realise that, as children of God, we are still only children. We cannot demand anything of the Father. The Father decides what he decides. If he wants something done, he'll do it. If he wants to do this, that and the other, he'll do this, that and the other, won't he? That's the reality. He will do what he wants to do because he knows the timing. He knows what's best for everybody concerned. We don't know. He does. Doesn't he? That's the reality. He knows. So, yeah. So, what you're going to do is learn. Do that thing that we as humans find so difficult. Learn. But also admit that you're in the learning stage. You're not mature in this yet. And if you're not, then you're not. As I say, I think it's a case where, am I going to figure it all out with God's help before either the Lord comes back or I go to him? Probably not. Probably not. I'll still be figuring it out. Yeah. But by that point in time, I should be a damn something more mature. I should be able to walk in it a lot more without slipping back into sin and all that sort of stuff. You know? That's the reality, really. But that's the thing that's going to be happening in time. You know, if I'm not there, I'm not there. Not yet. Yeah. But this is a whole new thing for me. That I only just started walking in about, 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Well, look, realistically speaking, if neither I nor a vehicle is ready for the relationship between us because it's so new in its whole idea, basically, that we don't even know each other yet. That love has only been in me for 4 weeks now? 4 weeks on Friday. And in her for goodness knows, Is it even in her right now? I don't know. I've no idea. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. But if that's been in me for 4 weeks now, and that's too young to be able to start the relationship yet. 2 weeks? 2 weeks knowing about walking according to kingdom. 2 weeks just even knowing about it. So probably about 10 days I started to walk in it. I've got to give myself a break and just say, okay, you are where you are. That's the reality. You're in infancy with regards to this walk. The previous stuff you knew very, very well, churchy, that sort of stuff. You knew that. You understood that. You understood a lot of it. I mean, even the last 10 days, what I've understood about church has just gone through the flipping roof. What I've understood about why the church is how it is, it's just gone way through the roof. Insane. What I thought I knew before, I really didn't. No. And even now, as I say, I can't look at what I think I know now because of the fact that it's so early. So early. I mean, say the basics are, when you gave your life to God and you were born again, you became a new creation. You were supposed to live according to that. You were supposed to live as if you were not of this world anymore. So therefore, raised up to be seated in heavenly places. That's where you belong now. That's where you're supposed to, be learning and being guided and being, trained there, not here, there. And then you bring that down. So like everyone's talking about, can you send revival? Can God send revival? We're supposed to bring that down. It's supposed to be in us. Revival is supposed to start in us. We're supposed to walk it out. Yeah. And one thing is true. In here, I've just thought about it. Does it smell better in here now? Yes, it does. It does smell better in here now. Yes. Under the bed, for some reason, I suppose, when I washed the other areas, water had got under the bed, and it got a bit sort of dank, a bit sort of well, even actually under the bedding over there, where there's bedding down there, you can't really see it. There you go, over there. Where there's bedding there, underneath that area, there was some black mould in that area, because obviously water had got there, and they had peed in the areas and stuff like that. And because it hadn't had a chance to dry, because it hadn't had a chance to air, it went all sort of mouldy and nasty. And that happened under the bed as well. How anything had got that far under the bed, I do not know. It's bizarre. But I suppose when you wet the floor, water goes under, doesn't it? It goes under the carpet and travels to wherever it goes to. If it sits there and can't be... and I don't hoover it up because the bed's on top of it, it can just go a bit nasty. And how many times have I washed that part of the floor? Quite a few. So moving the bed out, realising that, cleaning the area has made quite a difference. Micky's stuff has been washed, been brought back in now. So there you go. It's been washed. There's a pillow underneath. Give them a bit more comfort when it's now been washed. And put back in. So that's cushy. It smells better now. It doesn't stink of 5 years of dog, which it would have done, or 3 years of dog. How was Micky? About 3, yeah. He's 3 or 4 now. I'm not sure. 3 or 4. But that was his one from pup, and it came back with him when he came back. So therefore, he would have laid on that every single day. Every single day. Was it ever washed? Probably not. No. Although you never know. Maybe it had been. Yeah. And of course, when it came here, Amber laid on it often. Micky laid on it. Mollie laid on it. Lucy laid on it quite often. They all like it because it's a bed separate to the rest of the bed. Rest of the bed and areas, so they can go in there and have a bit of peace away from other dogs climbing in right next to them. So they quite like it. So yeah. There's my original 3 there. Mollie on the left, Lucy on the centre, and Chewie on the right. Little Choo-Choo. He's a handsome boy, is Choo-Choo. Oh yes. Yes. So it was Chewie with his first 2 girlfriends. That's why he's such a happy boy. Indeed. Look, folks, as I say, the reality is when you are trying to live according to kingdom, you are going to slip back occasionally. That is going to happen. Don't worry about it. Just focus on the solution. Get back focusing on the Lord. And, just learn. Gain understanding. Learn from your failures as well as your successes. So this is something new you're walking into. So, learn. Give yourself a break. And learn. Well, there's going to be that. You are going to make mistakes, and that's okay. You are going to go back to your old ways occasionally, and that's okay. Just learn from it. Make the changes you need to make, and boom, go for it. Indeed, yes. Yeah. I can close that one. Don't leave that one open there. Aye. All fun and games. Yes, indeed. So I will be popping to the gym in a little while. No idea what I'll be doing. Well, because I did that thing last night. I did I did some lower back here. Then I did some upper back and some upper back. I did shoulders on Friday, I think. Well, I just went to the bathroom. I think I was taking something in there. I'm not sure. But I lifted my arm up, right arm, and that shoulder. Oh, that was still sore from Friday. How on earth is that still sore from Friday? That was a long time ago, that. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Absolutely no idea at all. Because if I try and do chest, obviously that area is probably going to come into it a bit. So I probably can't do that tonight then. So I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea at all. I've decided with chest I'm going to go back probably to be doing dumbbells more now and doing the 10 sets with 3 different levels of weight. So basically if your maximum is 30, So like for upper chest, I imagine upper chest the maximum is going to be about 27. So therefore it would be 2 sets of 22, 2 sets of 25, 2 sets of 27, then 2 more sets of 25, then 2 more sets of 22. There's your 10. When it gets too easy, do 2 sets of 27, then 2 sets of 25, 2 sets of 22, 2 sets of 25, and then finish with 2 sets of 27. Just to make it harder, see? That's with upper chest. With flat, I imagine it'll have to involve 35s. So it'll be 27, 30, 35. And with decline, I imagine I would have to probably either do it with the chest thing I've got here, or do it with the cable crossover, so I can actually put a decent amount of weight on it. Yeah, so yeah. Well, this thing here, I can't really adjust the weight. It's just my weight, so I can do 10 sets, but that's about it really. So cable crossover will work, but it depends whether I can get to it. So ideally speaking, I could either do that either tonight or tomorrow night, and then I could do dumbbells for the rest. So yeah, there you go. That's the plan now. Well, because I've done the 10 sets of just one weight, lower weight to do 100. I've done the 100s for about 2 weeks now, so I need to change it up again, and then after about 2 weeks go for max again, see what the max is now. Yeah. Well, as I said earlier in the video I did earlier, I don't need to worry necessarily about doing back and lower back and legs and stuff like that, to carry her over the threshold, because I may have a couple of months to prepare for that. So okay, if I need to train quickly for it, I can do that in a matter of days. Give me a week, I can go from being able to carry someone who weighs 60k to someone who weighs 90. So that's fine, I can do that, no problem at all. She doesn't weigh 90, don't worry about that. The point about that is, if I can shift someone who weighs 90, if I can carry someone who weighs 90, then obviously it won't be a strain to carry someone who weighs 60, won't it? So yeah, I've said that many times before, so there you go. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to leave it to it. You take care, God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.